Good morning. It's April 14th, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. A large randomized trial is showing a potential shift in treatment for long-standing vein blockages after deep vein thrombosis. The multicenter C-TRACT study enrolled 225 patients with moderate to severe post-thrombotic syndrome and iliac vein obstruction to compare endovascular venous stenting plus standard care versus standard care alone, with 6-month follow-up reporting clearer symptom relief and better daily functioning in the intervention group. At 6 months, 40% of patients who received the stent remained severely affected, compared with a majority in the control group, indicating a substantial reduction in severe post-thrombotic syndrome when stents are used. The trial provides what researchers call the first large randomized evidence that venous stenting can reduce PTS severity and improve quality of life, guiding clinicians toward an option for patients with chronic venous blockages after DVT. Lead investigators Suresh Vedantham and Samir Parpia with NIH/NHLBI funding presented findings at the 2026 SIR Annual Scientific Meeting in Toronto and published them in the New England Journal of Medicine. The trial was co-led by Washington University School of Medicine and McMaster University, with McMaster coordinating through its TRACE clinical trial unit. Interventional radiologists performed the stent placements within existing care pathways. Safety notes include a higher bleeding rate in the stenting group due to intensified anticoagulation, though most events were non-major and occurred more than 90 days after the procedure. Experts emphasize that targeted endovascular therapy, when paired with evidence-based medical management, can meaningfully reduce symptoms and improve daily functioning for people with long-term venous blockages after DVT. A new lead-free approach to solar cells is emerging from Kerala University, replacing toxic lead with a tin-rubidium-cesium mix to improve environmental sustainability and performance. The blueprint aims to maintain high efficiency while reducing lead-related environmental risks if panels are damaged. By using tin, rubidium, and cesium, the design addresses environmental concerns associated with traditional silicon and lead-based solar technologies. Professor Jayakrishnan R. notes that policy support could help power homes and advance Kerala's sustainable, self-reliant future. The breakthrough originated from MSc student Suraj S.'s dissertation, with contributions from Aditya Nath R. and Arya Narayanan, and was published in ACS Applied Engineering Materials. The technology is liquid-processed and compatible with advanced printing techniques, making it affordable and scalable for small and medium-sized enterprises and suitable for decentralized solar manufacturing in Kerala. Macro benefits include reducing dependence on imports, creating high-value local jobs, and retaining talent through homegrown innovation. The approach aligns with Kerala's Net Zero 2050 goals by offering space-efficient, high-efficiency rooftop solar solutions for land-constrained areas. The study details were published in ACS Applied Engineering Materials on April 13, 2026. Mercury in the oceans is not just a bird issue. Seabirds are acting as early warning signals for the broader marine ecosystem and potential human health risks from seafood. In a global study, researchers analyzed blood from seabird breeding sites to track recent dietary mercury intake, capturing the last 2 months of exposure across more than 11,000 birds from over 100 species. The effort combined 659 newly collected samples with more than 10,000 data points from prior work to create a biologically grounded map of mercury distribution in marine ecosystems. The findings reveal hotter mercury zones in the North Atlantic, North Pacific, and parts of the South Pacific, with cooler zones in the South Atlantic and Southern Ocean, a pattern linked to regional productivity. Hotspots persist in areas of lower biological productivity, while regional data show higher mercury concentrations south of 40 degrees south in the North Atlantic, North Pacific, and parts of the South Pacific, compared with lower levels in the South Atlantic and Southern Ocean. The study, published in Science of the Total Environment, analyzes data across 105 seabird species and more than 10,556 adults, and argues for integrating biological monitoring with traditional models to better understand global mercury risk in oceans. Seabird-based observations, particularly breeding site blood sampling, offer a reliable, minimally invasive measure of recent dietary mercury intake and enable time and location-specific correlations that improve on other sample types. This evidence supports aligning environmental and health surveillance with the Minamata Convention and emphasizes public awareness on safe fish consumption for vulnerable groups. There is a noted weak correlation between seabird-derived data and existing marine mercury distribution models, suggesting current estimates may underestimate actual exposure in marine ecosystems. The study positions seabirds as global indicators of mercury contamination in oceans, reflecting the health of marine food chains and potential risks to humans via seafood, and it highlights the need for broader, integrated monitoring approaches. A new horn-shaped fungus has been discovered in Malaysia's Danam Valley, a find that highlights local science capacity. A team from University Malaysia Sabah, led by ASOC Prof. Dr. Jaya Selan Satyasilan, with 2 postgraduate students, a citizen scientist, and collaborators from University Tun Husainon Malaysia, and a student from UTM, identified Pleurocordyceps cornucinemata among their fieldwork. The specimens are now stored at the Borneensis ITBP UMS Storage Center for future reference. The discovery was supported by the UMS Great Grant and involved cooperation with the Sabah Forestry Department and Yayasan Sabah under the 12 Malaysia Plan project. UMS Vice-Chancellor Prof. Datuk Dr. Kasim Mansur said the finding demonstrates local scientists' ability to conduct high-impact international research and aligns with UMS's Brain of Borneo vision to explore Sabah's biodiversity. ITBP Director ASOC Prof. Dr. Fifi Hanista Saikim described the achievement as evidence of developing young researchers and Sabah's rainforest biodiversity potential. In addition to Pleurocordyceps cornucinemata, researchers documented Pleurocordyceps aurantiaca and Pleurocordyceps nipponica as new records for Malaysia. Pleurocordyceps cornucinemata is the first globally of its kind and was published in Phytotaxa, noting its distinctive horn-like morphology compared with 26 previously recorded Pleurocordyceps species from the region. A physician-scientist from MD Anderson has been elected to the 2026 class of AACR Fellows for advancing understanding of how the gut microbiome affects cancer biology and treatment response. Dr. Jennifer Wargo's work shows gut microbiome diversity can influence how patients with metastatic melanoma respond to immunotherapy, and it explores how dietary and microbial interventions might boost outcomes. Her research positions the microbiome as a key modulator of immune checkpoint blockade efficacy, while she investigates predictive immune biomarkers and microbial mechanisms of treatment response. Notable publications, including a science paper, helped establish gut microbiome diversity as a determinant of immunotherapy success in metastatic melanoma. She leads the Platform for Innovative Microbiome and Translational Research, PRIME-TR, and serves as Deputy Director of MD Anderson's NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center. Since joining MD Anderson in 2013, she has shown that targeted therapies can prime tumors for immunotherapy, laying groundwork for combination regimens now standard in oncology. MD Anderson leadership, including President Peter W.T. Pisters, commends Dr. Wargo for advancing patient care and global cancer research impact. UTMD Anderson leaders, such as Peter W.T. Pisters and Albert Kung, highlight the impact of her work on cancer research and patient care. Her training spans nursing, biology, and medicine, with an MD from the Medical College of Pennsylvania, a surgical residency at MGH, oncology and immunotherapy fellowships, and an MMSc from Harvard, culminating in a translational research lab at MGH before joining MD Anderson. Her work reflects broad collaboration across MD Anderson and global institutions, including involvement in initiatives like a traveling science exhibit about the gut microbiome and healthy lifestyle choices. For more information on UTMD Anderson AACR content, readers can visit mdanderson.org/AACR. She is a member of the National Academy of Medicine and the American Academy of Physicians, and has received honors such as the Edith and Peter O'Donnell Award from the Texas Academy of Medicine, Engineering, Science, and Technology. This has been your Daily Brief in Science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.